no fault.
Welcome back. I know. Welcome back to the Lindgren podcast. I'm Evan.
And I'm Sam.
Unfortunately,
I'm not Alex Ovechkin.
He's mad at me. Unfortunately, our dear friend Aiden cannot be here for reasons of, well, he wouldn't tell me. We'll figure it out eventually.
He'll say something later.
He probably won't. Anyways, team of the week this week is a team that I'm pretty sure has never won this before. They beat a few good teams like not Toronto. It's like Tampa and Florida. Who do you want to do the honors?
They didn't beat Toronto. They are Toronto.
So yeah, that was good for them. I'm happy. The first one. Player of the week, however, he broke a certain record. Shut up. He broke a certain record. Actually, technically twice actually, but why are you eating a puck?
I'm Philip Gustafson.
Alex Ovechkin, the player of the week for breaking Wayne Gretzky's goal record. Against the Islanders last Sunday. He also broke it again yesterday against Columbus, which a game I was actually at. It did not go well. We lost pretty badly.
They're doing pretty bad, especially against the Blue Jackets.
Recently, which kind of goes to my next subject, actually.
They have a combined loss of 11-1.
Yeah, and we played Columbus twice this past week, and we lost a combined score of 11-1. Too fair. The goalie for the Blue Jackets, Jet Greaves or whatever his name is, a new one, is actually doing really, really well. Then again, our goalies apparently suck, but without Logan. But it's fine. Hopefully, we get our act together for the playoffs. But we'll see.
I tell them no.
Hopefully. Anyways, how do you feel about the Leafs have done recently?
They got Team of the Week for the first time this season, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Okay. So, predictions. And we want something more important. Caps. Oh, right. Caps. They suck, or at least there's a reason. Hopefully, they don't go into the playoffs. We have something more important to talk about after prediction, but I want to save it for later. Actually, a couple things, but whatever. I realize that's gonna be weird timeline-wise. Whatever. Okay. Rangers at Panthers.
Rangers at Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers.
Agreed.
Panthers.
Agreed.
Rangers
Agreed.
at Panthers.
So, Leafs at Sabres.
I tell them no. Leafs.
Yeah, agreed. Capitals at Islanders. Oof. The way things are going, in fact, I'm probably not going to try them too hard. I'm going to go with New York.
What I say?
Capitals at Islanders.
Caps.
Okay.
They're not terrible.
Yeah, but they're not playing well recently.
Also, Toronto's first in the Atlantic right now.
Yeah, they'll probably win the division. Red Wings at the Maple Leafs.
Leafers.
Okay. I agree, I think.
Okay,
And then
I agree, I think.
Lightning at Rangers.
I mean, we just clapped the Lightning so hard. Oh my god.
But the Rangers aren't exactly good this year, though.
Yeah, I'd say 11.
I'm gonna agree. It'll be close, but yeah. Anyways, lastly, Capitals at Penguins.
That's a short prediction list.
Well, there's not that many games left, you know. Playoffs start this weekend, I think.
Is not clear today. I does not have a clear throat.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Washington. I know I said we kind of suck, and I predict New York. However, Pens are huge rivals. I can't see us laying down.
Traitor!
What do you mean traitor? I'm predicting
Higher!
I'm gonna go with Washington to win. What about you, Sam?
Washington.
Okay. Anyway, but there's a couple things I want to do in case this podcast is not gonna be 4 minutes long. We have more stuff I want to do. Including we're gonna go over the playoff teams. We're gonna briefly, just for a minute for each one of them, discuss how I feel about them. How good do you think they're gonna do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What?
He wants to hurt me.
Go. No, I don't. We're gonna discuss the teams in the playoffs, how good we think they are, and they're gonna struggle. How they're gonna do in general. First off, Washington. How do you think they're gonna do in the playoffs?
Washington?
Yeah.
I think the Leafs are gonna do better than Washington this year.
I can't honestly argue that. I think even with everything going on, we'll make it past the first round, but I honestly cannot see us getting past Carolina. We'll probably Carolina in a second. I'm assuming it'll be Carolina. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it.
Unless they
go back to the form they were in
because they're going to be playing
November.
Different than they have been. Because recently they've been playing to get over goals a lot. But
yeah, my only thought
they're
is
going to be playing to win.
A lot of our team
Hopefully.
has limited playoff experience, like a lot of it. I mean, I know we have some veterans like Wilson and Ovi and Carlson, but a lot of them like Chikrin and Strome and Protus, like they have very little to almost no playoff experience. So it'll be I don't know. Carolina, how do you think they're gonna do?
Against Carolina
No, just in general.
in the playoffs?
Yeah, how do you think Carolina's gonna do in the playoffs?
Oh, I
That's
forgot we were doing it. I'd say who are they going first round? Are they going
New
against?
Jersey.
I'd say New Jersey would beat them first round.
No, they would
Yes,
not.
they would.
Jack Hughes is out.
Oh, why? Is he injured?
Yeah. Well, not a long time, but he's out for the
It's still
season.
iffy for me. The Devils are a good team.
The Canes are like 10 points better. They also no. Carolina's gonna wipe the floor of New Jersey.
I don't believe you, though. I do not believe you, though.
Well, the Devils have been struggling all season long.
But it's playoff time. It's time for them to lock in.
I'm telling you, they don't have playoff experience. The Canes have a very better playoff experience. I think they're gonna do well, and the Devils
I've
as
got a
well.
gut feeling, okay?
I think that when the Canes inevitably make it past the Devils in the first round, I honestly think the Canes are gonna at least make it to the conference finals and potentially even the Stanley Cup finals. I think they're a very good team. So I think Carolina's should go far to the playoffs.
With Jack Hughes being out, I still think that the Devils have a good chance.
No.
One of my friends is a Devils fan, and he's
They had 10 points worse than Carolina. Whatever.
I believe I have faith in the Devils, guys.
Anyway, speaking of which, how do you think New Jersey's going to do, assuming they make it past the first round? Which they won't, but we'll just pretend.
Win the playoffs.
They are not.
The
Jack Hughes is out. They've been struggling all season long.
No, they're not going to win the Stanley Cup. I think they have a better chance against the Canes than you think they have. But I still don't think they're gonna
Okay,
win.
so just for example, I know this isn't the best example, but there's a website I like going to has the NHL playoff odds. It also has the odds of making it to the second round and beyond. The Devils only have 38.7% chance of making it to the second round. Which is as good as the Canes' chance to make it to the third round.
I like those odds.
Basically, New Jersey is a competitive series with Jack Hughes. Without Jack Hughes, they lose pretty badly. So
I still have faith in my Devils.
Devils,
my Devils.
I think the Devils aren't going to make pretty much every round they're going to be in. They're going to be underdogs, and that's just going to have to play if they manage to keep going. Anyways,
I can't ignore my gut feeling that way.
Toronto. How do you think they're going to do?
I think they're going to make it past first round.
I think they're going to make it past the first round. Second round's a little more iffy, but
I think they might make it past the second round. But I'm fairly confident they're going to make it past.
Don't make it. They should make it past the first. They're a lot better. I want to determine that this team feels slightly different in years past.
They're not at the Garden.
My only thought is that the Dallas
Stars are going to win the Stanley Cup.
Will they be able to beat the Panthers and/or Lightning? Because both of them have a ton of playoff experience. Both of them, most of their players have won cups recently. Will they be able to get past that the second round?
I mean, they just beat both of those teams.
But at regular season, the playoffs are entirely different.
Regular season games and playoff season games are different.
A lot different, yeah.
But that proves that they have a chance against.
They certainly do. They will not get destroyed, probably.
They've got a
but
good chance.
I don't know. It's iffy if they do or not.
I don't think they're. I'm confident that they're not going to make finals.
They will not make. I do not think they'll make a Stanley Cup final. If they do make past the second, I think they'll lose to Carolina or Washington or somebody in the third round. But I do not. I could see them making the cup. I don't think they'll win it though. But anyways,
well, they're probably going to do better than last year because
they should. They should do better than last year.
I feel like going into the playoffs last year, they had no major strengths.
Yeah.
But now they've got better goaltending.
Oh yeah. Also, they have one dude who's they have one. I mean, Mitch Marner's top 10 in assists, and Nylander is top 5 in goals. So I mean, Nylander. They have, and Matthews actually doing pretty well. Stolarz and Wall are doing both pretty good goalies. They're a better team than last year for sure.
Yeah.
I think they'll almost certainly
And
do
they're not going
better,
against Boston.
which is helpful. They're going to Ottawa instead, which isn't that far. I'm gonna be going to Toronto probably this summer. That is that.
So there's that.
In case you're wondering, we don't live there.
Why are we telling them where they
I'm
live?
not gonna leak the address yet. Anyways, so the
His address is.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
I'd say.
How do you think you're gonna do?
I'd say right now. I'd say they have probably an equal chance to the Leafs.
They're playing Florida in the first round, though.
Florida in the first round.
I'll be honest. I think probably. I technically it's not confirmed, but they'll probably play Florida.
Okay.
My only thought is that in my opinion, Tampa and Florida are about equal.
Yeah.
Like whoever wins that matchup has a very good chance of winning the cup. It's just that is like the best first round matchup you will ever see. Those are two teams that are very much cup contenders, very very good. I don't know who to pick though.
Yeah, I agree. I would say the Panthers are a little bit more well-rounded than the Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning kind of have a lot of their bench isn't that good, or their bottom six isn't that good, I guess.
Yeah.
Panthers is.
Leave your answers in the comments below.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that. If the Lightning can make it past the Panthers in the first round, then I think they will go. They could.
I want to hear your playoff predictions.
Then they could go. Yeah, actually, put your playoff predictions.
I want to hear what you're talking about.
In the comments below. Who do you think is going to win the cup, and what do you think the matchup's going to be? But I think if they can make it past the first round, they can go very far. And honestly, everything I just said about Tampa can honestly be applied to Florida as well. If they make it past the first round, they can go very far. That's honestly going to be your biggest chance. What are you doing? Ottawa.
Out of who?
What?
I hate you.
They'll probably play in Toronto.
And they're gonna lose first round, and
I think they will. But I'll be honest.
4 games.
Not that going to be swept.
They're gonna be swept.
Toronto and 6. Toronto and 6.
Toronto and 5.
6.
5.
6.
7. I'm so funny.
No, you aren't. If you say that, then you anyone who says that automatically isn't.
Execution.
What? No. Okay, Senators. I think kind of sneaky underrated. I think they could definitely, if they weren't playing Toronto, they could honestly kind of have a decent push for the cup. I mean, not the cup. They can honestly do pretty well, but they're playing Toronto, and I don't think they'll be able to make it past them. Habs. They'll be playing Washington.
I don't know what. Oh, they're gonna lose first round.
I think they will. Unfortunately, I mean, I like to have. There's a lot of young talent.
All the other Canadian teams are going down.
I mean, they have a lot of young talent like Caulfield and Suzuki and Hudson. However, I think they're just not quite good enough. Yeah, they have a lot, but outside of those guys, they don't have a
depth.
ton. Yeah, no depth.
Like they're like a sheet of paper.
Their goalie situation isn't the best.
I don't even know the backup goalie.
I know Montembeault plays for them. That's about it. He was our first player of the week, I think. Anyways, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do much because they're playing Washington. So I don't know. With the way Washington's playing, they're going to sweep us, but we'll see what happens.
Next team.
What are you doing? Winnipeg.
The Jets.
Yes.
They're also going to. Who are they playing?
As of right now, St. Louis.
They're going to lose first.
That could change, but as of
no,
what?
They're going to lose first round. I didn't mean to say that. I meant the Blues are going to lose first round.
What are you doing?
I'm counting.
Counting what?
The atoms. There's one over here.
There's some everywhere, Sam. I'm not going to question that. So who do you... I honestly don't... The West...
Who would the Jets be playing second round then?
Second round. They won. You'd be playing Dallas or Avalanche.
Oh, shoot. They're not.
Yeah, I think Winnipeg loses in the second round. They'll beat St. Louis, but the second round between... I don't think they will.
It's so over.
I don't trust Winnipeg too much. You know what? In general, the West, there's not really a single team I really think is going to go far. Everyone has like some major flaw. I think Winnipeg's playing over their head. Dallas's coach sucks. Colorado just doesn't have enough.
No,
like
I feel like Dallas is going to go pretty far.
They will, but I don't think they're going to win the cup or make it because I don't trust their coach. Edmonton, not enough depth, and they're pretty injured right now.
How much of hockey is actually coaching?
Kings, their defense isn't the best, and they're also just not. They don't have enough true talent. Vegas, don't trust at all. They just don't seem to be that good this year comparatively. Minnesota's been doing terribly since November or December, basically, and St. Louis doesn't have enough talent.
Yeah. How much of hockey is actually like coaching?
A decent bit.
If you compare it,
Their
to,
coach,
if you
coaches.
compare it to the NFL, like football.
It matters probably not as much as football. However, it makes a difference either way.
I know it makes a difference, but like,
I still don't trust their
who would
coach.
win? A mediocre team with a great coach, or a great team with a mediocre coach?
The great team would win. However, if they had a bad coach, they would lose more, like 6 out of 10 times.
Something to ponder about.
But anyway, let's continue. Not getting distracted. Dallas, how do you think they're gonna do?
I think they're gonna do well this season.
Do you think they win the cup?
No.
Do you think they make the cup?
Yes.
Okay, you think? Actually, yeah. What is your?
I'd say if they really put their mind to it, they can win.
I don't know.
Coach is right, guys. If they want to win the Stanley Cup,
I can't trust Peter DeBoer. I just can't do it. I can't trust them enough. They always seem to. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna get beaten by somebody who they should realistically beat. They're also playing Colorado in the first round, which is honestly another hard matchup for them. I think Colorado or Dallas is whoever wins that. I think honestly probably gonna make the cup from the West.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest. Whoever wins the Dallas Colorado matchup, I think is gonna end up making the cup finals. Watch me be wrong. That team lose in the second round, but still.
I don't see either of those teams losing the second round. But
I think they'll be whoever wins will
They're both
beat
good
Winnipeg.
teams.
But yeah, Colorado. Speaking of which,
Colorado.
there's a part of me. They still have a ton of talent. McKinnon and McCarr especially. What are you on? McKinnon and McCarr especially. However, I don't know. There's a part of me that can't trust them again. I don't know. How do you think they're gonna do, Sam? Honestly, kind of like the Florida Tampa matchup. Everything I say about Dallas applies to Colorado except for the coaching. I think, like I said, whoever wins that matchup will make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. You know what's weird though? This year I don't feel like there's like one team where I'm like this team is 100% better than most everybody else. They're most likely going to win the cup. There's a bunch of really good teams, but I don't feel like there's one like absolutely elite team that's that's gonna dominate like there was last year, Florida.
Floridians.
So I don't know.
The Floridians.
Mike, it's gonna be hard to make a cup prediction because every team most teams I feel like they have a realistic chance. But anyways, Vegas.
What is he doing? What is Vegas doing?
They're playing Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Vegas should win that in 4 or 5.
The Minnesota Vikings.
That's a football team, Sam.
The Minnesota Wild.
Correct.
That's a team in the NHL.
Minnesota's been playing terribly this entire calendar year. You know Vegas isn't doing as well. I don't think Minnesota's going to be able to compete too much. Vegas wins in 5. Not particularly close. Okay. How do you think Vegas is going to... I think Vegas could definitely make the cup as well. I don't think
I'd say Vegas would... Who would they play in the second round?
Edmonton or LA. But Edmonton's going to be injured, and LA's not... I don't think it's good enough.
I'm so sorry. I'd say that Vegas, if they beat
Edmonton or not Edmonton, Minnesota,
they've got a good chance of beating
Edmonton or LA. I think Vegas will make the conference finals against either Dallas or Colorado.
If they can win the first round, I say they've got a pretty good chance of winning the second round.
And then I think the odds Vegas makes it to the third round are pretty good. They should win first round. They have a very good shot at making second round. Speaking of that, LA. Not good enough.
They're not going to make it past second round.
They won't. They could beat Edmonton because Edmonton's extremely injured. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Wallman are all like kind of struggling with injury right now.
Is that your Sprite?
He's a defenseman.
Is your Sprite empty?
I think so. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. LA's good, but they don't have any truly elite talent. I think that's what's gonna kill them more than anything. And they're not quite well rounded. But yeah, I think Edmonton's a little bit too injured, and I also think that their goalie kind of sucks. So they could definitely make it to the second round. Maybe beat Vegas, but I don't see them making the cup again. They will not do as well as last year. Minnesota.
I think we need to just rip the Band-Aid off and say that Minnesota's going to do pretty bad.
Yeah, they
Did you
could.
like my joke?
Minnesota could honestly get swept
Where's
in
my
the.
trash can? Oh, it's over there.
Minnesota might honestly get swept in the first
So this is
round.
my- What did you just say?
Minnesota might get swept in the first round. It could happen.
I thought we were saying sports on my podcast.
Minnesota could get swept in the first round because they're just not that good. Kaprizov's coming back, which is going to help them a lot, but I don't know. I just don't think they're quite good enough to do much. Anyways, hey, what do you think?
I think they're going to lose first round.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Also, first round. I've already talked about this.
Thing is, St. Louis has been doing
I
real as recently. They're very hot as of late. It's kind of like 2019. They're playing Winnipeg in the first round. However, I don't think they have the talent.
I don't even
They still
remember
have a bunch of good players. Bennington's pretty good. Thomas is pretty good. They just do not have any elite talent. They aren't quite well rounded enough.
What was I 9 in 2019? I think in 2019.
So was I.
crashed
And this
my
Winnipeg
head
team
riding
is
a bicycle.
much better than that Winnipeg team, I think. So it doesn't, parts. It's very similar to 2019 in some aspects. It's not quite enough. Sorry, Blues fans. You guys aren't good enough to win the cup.
I don't even know any Blues fans. I can't even lie. Who likes the Blues?
Probably people that live in St. Louis.
Who watches hockey in St. Louis?
Hockey fans.
Since when are there hockey fans in St. Louis?
Fair enough. Okay.
Good evening, hockey fans.
Thank you all for watching.
Have a good evening.
Leave your cup predictions, leave your cup matchup and winner predictions in the comments below.
If you don't say the Leafs are going to win the Stanley Cup, who even is going to win the Stanley Cup?